This week, we're in Cape Town at the World Economic Forum, a gathering of the biggest names in business and politics on the African continent. It's a chance to ask what if, and more importantly, what's next on Africa's ever-changing economic landscape. Now, those discussions are taking place in that building over there, and as I found out, one of the key points of discussion is what does it mean to be made in Africa?
We would say that the first priority is about building strong, robust businesses here in Africa. That historically, for too long, Africa was viewed almost with a trading post mindset, that you take resources out and you send finished products back in. And what we really want to achieve is Africa as an ecosystem. Africa where it's not just about the resources, it's about investing to build manufacturing infrastructure, strong brands, a high-quality, educated workforce, and to really create robust businesses. And that will take time and effort. And when you look at China or other places, you see that it started by building strong businesses there, and then over time taking them to the rest of the world.
And I think the key to that is Africans themselves. They've got to be able to say, listen, this brand is African and it's not substandard. Wale Tinubu, what's your experience in terms of creating your own empire in West Africa when it comes to oil and gas? But I mean, it's been a tough road, hasn't it?
It was tough, but I think one of the first things we decided early on in building the business was that we wanted to think local but act global. We wanted to create a business which had global standards in all we did, down to something as simple as our business cards or our presentations or the letters we wrote or the service offering we gave to people. And it was a mentality which we drove right through the company. What I actually look forward to seeing is the continent brand itself as a place for investment, a place for good returns, a place for good corporate practice, such that we can at least get that soft barrier broken and we can actually start to trade within ourselves as one trading group, build local brands, and then face the international community.
Mauritius, in a way, has become the poster child of a place, to ease the ease of doing business. It's a regional economic hub when it comes to South African companies trying to set up businesses. You, in a way, have very, very blatantly rebranded yourself away from being just a high-end tourist destination. How did you do it, and what was the real key in terms of trying to change the narrative?
Yes, I think a country's brand is, in fact, what it lives, what is the reality.
It's not just hiring a PR company and saying, listen, we've got a strategy.
As they say, it's not what people say about you, it's not what you say about yourself, it's what people say about you. So we've actually diversified the economy considerably.
I mean, in a way, you bring up a good point, is that in branding your country or branding your company as world-class or quality or, do you have to be honest about all the negative stuff? I mean, that has to be very much perhaps part of the brand. You've got to be sincere and true to yourself in that way if the brand is going to be honest. So, there are issues, there are challenges, there are faults here, and, do you include that as part of the story?
I think transparency in today's world is at such a premium. It is so different than it was even with social media and all the things out there, that to think that you can hide issues and people won't notice, it's not the world we live in right now, and it is far better to be direct, obviously to portray in a positive light the steps that are being taken to address things, but to try to instill quality wherever you can and be transparent. It is the world we live in, and it's critical.
Absolutely. I think for a brand to be sustainable, you have to be based on the truth. You don't have to necessarily tell all the truth, but what you say is it has to be truthful, and it has to be something that people will experience when they actually come to your country.